Oh yeah, I got the notification.
All right. Now I don't.
Yep, says we're live.
Yep,
All right.
says we're live.
All right. I'm gonna have to go over here and mute this one. Okay, it's showing live, and I showed on my screen that I'm here, you're here, they're here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey.
All right, I'm gonna leave it on automatic for a minute, so everybody will be able to see what happens when I leave it on automatic. It jumps back and forth every time somebody wants to talk. So every time it hears a noise from one of y'all, it's liable to jump back and forth.
All right.
And then we're gonna turn it off automatic, and I'm just gonna do it manual, so it won't be so crazy. And all right, this is PNP News. I'm here. I've got Time to Stand and Silent Citizen. We're doing a live test on Google Hangouts, and it was a pain in the butt to get to work. Haven't worked out everything, but it's here. And like I said, this is a test, so we're going to be talking about whatever the hell we talk about.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So how many hours did you put into this trying to get this thing going, man?
All week, I don't know how many hours, because there's so many. There's a couple different things out there, and it tells you got to go do this and you got to go do that, and some of them are wrong, and you got to make sure you're in a newer video of somebody trying to tell you what to do, because the older ones are different, because you used to do Hangouts live through Hangouts. I mean, through Google Plus.
Okay.
You started it there, but here you got to go to your YouTube channel and do everything over there. Start it, then come over here and do the rest from here.
Hey, I just got an old friend that texted me. If I can interrupt real quick, I'm sorry. I am Spartacus, man. He's been a great friend of mine. He's been with me since the beginning of my channel, and he's watched a few of my podcasts that I've been on. And he just texted me right now saying he was watching. So, what's up, Spartacus? How you doing, brother?
Hey, well, we got two people watching right now in the chat room. Manuel Morales and Concerned Citizen, it looks like. So when we do this some other time, if y'all want to be able to join in over there, you're probably going to need a computer to do that, so you can see both what's going on here and there. I don't know who's got what, so we don't even worry about that. We'll worry about that details later.
So do I have to go to your YouTube page right now to actually see this?
Yeah, and if you just got a phone, oh, you got a tablet and a phone.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit it up on my tablet right now.
All right, well, when you get there, make sure you turn the volume off on it.
Right.
Yeah, you get all that feedback and shit.
All right, now we've done this where it goes back and forth. Now I don't like that. That's annoying, and I think it would be annoying to other people. But on my screen, I'm here in the middle. All right, like y'all see, and then Silent Citizen is on a little square on the right lower side, and you are too. I want that to show in the end product, but I don't think it's going to. I do know a way to do it, but I have to get a different program to do that. And
I would imagine it should show it. I don't see why it wouldn't, but you might know better than I.
We're getting your audio is really bad.
Yeah, you're breaking up, kind of, Citizen.
Okay. Hold on.
You may be using up too much bandwidth over there with both of them going.
I think that might be what it is. Am I still breaking up?
Yeah.
That was actually a little better. You're breaking up, kind of, Citizen.
Whoa. Okay. Whoa. Hold on. Yeah. Now I'm actually listening on
you may be using up too much bandwidth over there with both of them going.
That was some feedback.
Whoa. Hold on. Am I still breaking up?
Hey, I am Spartacus, which is Victor Torres. He said that he can see us all at once on the screen. He just texted me right now.
Cool. You know something? I could probably check that right now myself, because all I got to do is drop this down. Yeah. Cool. It does work.
I think what happened is just with us right now. Yeah, there we go. Now we're all three there. Usually what it does is whoever's talking, it goes up on the screen to show who's talking. But now it's all you know, it's me and Citizen at the bottom, and then you on the main.
Yeah, because I had it on automatic, and now I'm on manual. So say you decide you're going to start saying something, I can go like that and put you up there.
Wow.
Or Silent Citizen wants on, I can put him up there. Or I can go back to me and show my ugly face.
So what's going on with these guys that put it out there? What are their names and what do they do out there? So the people are listening. What's going on with the open carry arrest?
Well, I'm not 100% sure what's going on over there yet. Let's let the other guys update that know more about what's going on, that are closer to what's going on, because I don't want to put out false information and get people confused. All I know is I have to go back and look and see to make sure I get the right names.
I got Jacksonville's phone number, so I can give him a little call. I'll give him a call in the morning to find out what's going on, see if he answers the phone or not, and then I can maybe give him a
block and now I can't remember the name of the other guy, the other one.
Because I know Jacksonville Cop Block. Yeah, we started talking a while ago and stuff, and News Now Houston kind of hooked us up. So we've been talking for a while. Libertarian, I know I've talked to him a few times, but only through the YouTube page. I haven't talked to him personally.
Hey, hang on. I got News Now Houston on the phone. Hey, News Now.
Yeah, are you still live?
Yeah, I'm still live.
Okay, I'm just going to give you the rundown on James Baker's arrest.
Okay, give it to us.
It's in the Pinac room. So you'll just have to repeat, because I know nobody can hear me, so you just have to repeat for everybody what I'm saying.
Can y'all hear him?
Yeah, we can hear him.
Yeah, I can hear you absolutely quite well.
Baker and his friend, I can't pronounce the other guy's last name, were stopped by police. The police alleged that he had run a stop sign. When they released him, Baker drove rather aggressively away from them. Baker and the other gentleman went home, armed themselves, and in Michigan, the only place you cannot open carry a firearm is in a courtroom. That's the law. And so they were perfectly legit in being armed when they came to the police station. The police freaked out, came into the lobby, pointing guns at them, threatening to shoot them, disarmed them, arrested them, and just like in the last 20 minutes, they were both released. They don't have their phones or their weapons. They were kept as evidence. They've already been before a magistrate. I don't know what charges, if any, have been filed. I don't think there are any charges. I believe the magistrate released them without any charges.
That would
but don't hold me to that.
Yeah, that would be smart for them to do, because if it was legal what they're doing, but we know how that goes. They like to screw with people, mess them around, even though when they know.
They had no authority to arrest them to start with. Okay, but now in the defense of the police, I have to say that walking into a police station armed is not a good idea.
I agree.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
But it is not illegal. But I believe what the police will claim is that they were concerned about their safety because of the way he drove away from them as a traffic stop. The arresting officers that were in the lobby were also the officers that were involved in the traffic stop.
That makes sense. But
Wow.
I think it would have been any cop in there probably would have done that. It probably wasn't a good idea, like you said, to do that, but
it's legal.
But it's legal.
You know, I
So
don't know how that works out for them up there. But as soon as there's an update in the Pinac room, there's people talking to them right now. They're trying to get them home. They kept their car keys, their phones, everything. And so
How long were they locked up for?
Together up there. But as soon as there's an update, I'll let you know.
okay. So this started today, this afternoon.
Yeah, that happened today.
Okay. All right. I wanted to add you to this, but I think your settings in your Google Plus are pretty high on the restrictions. So you're going to have to add me on the PNP page of my Google Plus. We'll get that figured out.
I'll look at it tomorrow. I spent the day today at a anti-Trump rally.
Yeah.
And, was videoing for a network, and I was running and climbing, jumping, and then had to walk 5 miles back to my car after the whole I wore out.
Okay.
Stuff coming from the Super Bowl, I ran into some a bunch of officers that have appeared in videos in audits, and had some good talks with them and some good video of them. And I bumped heads with the Montgomery County Sheriff's Department today. Some of you may remember from that video, Deputy Pena.
Right.
He was actually decent, but there were some other deputies there that had a little bit of attitude and had to be dealt with. And that video will be on my channel here in the next couple of days.
Okay. Well, I'll get with you tomorrow when you get some time, and we'll get this thing straightened out so I can invite you to one of these, and we'll play around with this
Hey,
stuff.
thanks for the info, News Now Houston.
Okay. Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.
Well, that's a great guy right there, man. That is News Now Houston. I mean, he was one of the first ones besides Tom Zebra and Ricky Mundy out here I started watching, and after watching News Now Houston, that really got me out there from seeing what he does in Bundy Boots Inc. So I just want to give it up to News Now Houston, man. Awesome guy out there, dude.
He is. He does a damn good job. He also helped me get started and got the guys here in San Antonio to recognize that I was out there, and then they were watching what I was doing. And then when I posted that very first Randolph Air Force Base video, the next day they were on the horn. Hey, you want to come join us? We're going back. Yeah, I'll be there.
Hey, so Silent Citizen, hey, tell everybody your story out there because you're kind of the new guy out there. So everybody is watching. My friend Tor's out there and stuff. He has a good fan base on Facebook. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your story and how you got started?
Well, basically, 2 years ago, to wrap it up as quickly as possible, 2 years ago, I started filming police out of just pure satisfaction for standing up for my rights and doing something that I felt was positive for the community. And I never posted anything anywhere. And I just kept all my videos private to myself. I felt so proud about what I was doing that I didn't care to post them. And very recently, a friend of mine told me that I need to start posting these things on YouTube and actually building a monument out of what I'm doing. And I'm building a monument for standing for my rights. And all of a sudden, I started posting some videos about what I've been doing. And I'm having so much support from all the viewers. And I want to thank anybody who's seen me or anybody who might see me, because the support's been overwhelming, and it's greatly appreciated. My most famous event happened in Phoenix, Arizona, at the Buford Neighborhood Substation, where I was illegally detained and put in handcuffs for simply doing a First Amendment audit and telling the officers that I have the right to remain silent. And it escalates into there to where they do put me in handcuffs. They ask me for ID. They say that I'm supposed to have my ID. They laugh. The female officer laughs when I tell her I have the right to remain silent. And eventually they do let me go. I never did give them my name or any form of identification. And then they actually stalked me afterwards, tried to follow me through some big mud puddles, and crazy event. That's who I am. That's where I come from. I do this to stand up for my rights and to help other people, to encourage other people to stand up for their rights as well.
You know, and if Frank ever gets a hold of this video, I want to thank Frank very much for putting me in contact with this gentleman, and then right away, P&P News got a hold of him, and then me and P got on the phone. We was talking to each other about a few things, and P&P gave him a good suggestion, and I gave him a good suggestion, and you know, he followed that, and this man is big time out there. He is willing to take the arrest and go to jail and do what he's got to do out there, man. So Silent Citizen, man, I am a great big fan of yours. You know, I just can't say enough good things about you, bro.
I greatly appreciate it, and you know, I feel like I'm one of the few people that is fortunate enough to be able to take an arrest on any given day or time, because I run my own business. I won't tell you guys what it is, but I do run my own business, and so for me to go to jail, I actually don't want to go to jail, but I am more than ready and willing to go to jail if that will help prove the point. And it's It's something else, man. I've been doing this for 2 years now, and you guys, everything that you see from me is just the stuff that I posted within the last month. I've got a strong background in this, and it's something that I'm very passionate about, and I think that's the reason I'm actually having so much success with building this monument, is because it is something that I'm truly passionate about.
Yeah, yeah, and that's one thing. Even with PNP out there, man, I see his passion out there with the rest of the guys out there where he's at, and you know, Bunny Boots when he did his little live stream the other day, he's talking about all the pockets that's being pulled up out there, like out here in LA, Texas, you know, where you're at and stuff. There's just, oh my gosh, it's a trip. Like, you know, I can't understand why these cops just don't call around and start saying, hey, look at man, these guys just go around filming. So if they come in your area, man, leave them alone and don't get the complaints because these guys will flood call you. And it's just like the conversation I had with the PIO slash captain with the WildStar thing. I mean, you can hear him in the voice call that I had. He's like, "Oh yeah, I know we're gonna get flood called."
One of the most interesting things to me is that we do these First Amendment audits at police stations typically, and if the officer is willing to come up and potentially violate your rights at a police station, imagine what he would do anywhere else. You know, it's such a simple thing to just go around and film a police station. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing against the law, but yet they're still going to come up to you and start demanding ID and potentially violate your rights. And I can only imagine what would happen if you're out on the streets and that those same officers that we catch violating people's rights were to catch you on the street without a camera, with no defense against you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they'll even, if you're in a group, we've seen them hit a group hard with lots of cameras. That shows that they know that they're not going to get in trouble. They're still arrogant and don't give a damn about the law, even though they know what the law is, because they know nothing's going to happen to them. Anyway, they're asking in the comment area who's on. Some latecomers here. So we got Silent Citizen and Time to Stand and myself, PNP. There was somebody here asking for a shout out to Mixon Mark. He was asking for a shout out. He's saying he likes what we're doing and what we've been doing. He's been keeping an eye on things. And this is kind of new. So everybody in the chat room, I'm the only one here in this group looking at the chat. And I'm trying to take care of all the control panel over here and with these guys. So if I don't pay a whole lot of attention to you guys, please forgive me this first time. When we get this all worked out, we'll try to have more than one person, you know, watching the commentary.
I'm actually watching the chat myself also, just in case anybody wants to know. I'm also watching the chat.
Oh, so you got that working? Okay, good.
There's one thing I gotta say out there. You know, I've on my last few videos I have out there. You know, it has nothing to do with cop watch, just like that. It has to do with some personal stuff that's going on with my wife and stuff. And everybody who's been supporting me and my wife, you know, at the time of what's going on with her and her illness and stuff, you know, the calls. I mean, I actually got people emailing me and, you know, asking to call us and give us advice. And, you know, I've talked to people in Utah, Arizona, Boston. I mean, I've been talking to people all over the place, you know, getting some good advice out there. I really appreciate, you know, and the support that's out there with these channels. Me and Science has been talking about that. This is not only a what you call a base for accountability. You know, there's friendships that are bonded out here, and there's, you know, there's a lot of this community is just so deep together that, you know, we have no way of losing. You know, even if we do lose, you know, on the cost part about, you know, what happened with News Now Houston and Batusa and stuff like that, we're still a big win because we still carry on. We have that fan base. We have each other to call and, you know, and support each other in other many different ways. And I just want to thank you all for just support me and my wife at this heavy time. And, you know, I am backlogging a lot of videos. I just haven't, you know, gotten to them. And, you know, I'm just kind of resting up here and stuff. And I'll be getting back to it maybe in a few weeks or so. But just right now, I'm just sliding back, taking care of my wife and, taking care of the home front for now, and then once I get things situated, I'll get some more videos back up. So again, I want to thank you for all the love and support out there, guys.
Well, I think Silent Citizen was a little overwhelmed with all the attention he got once we got on him his side and started putting his stuff out there. And, he's thanked me several times, so don't do it again.
Me and Silent Citizen, we've had plenty of conversations on the phone to where, he's at where I was a long time ago, which I still am basically. Yeah. The support. Silent Citizen, we've had plenty of conversations that you're just so overwhelmed, even with the comments. You can't keep up with the comments and stuff, man. How do you feel about that?
In the last 28 days, I've gotten over 1,500 comments. When I did that Phoenix PD video that day, I had 41 subscribers. Right now, I'm at over 1,200 subscribers within 28 days time frame. So wow. It really shows that people appreciate what I'm doing. But it is overwhelming trying to keep up with the comments, because it's not only the good comments that I try to respond to, but I try to respond to the hate mail and
to the trolls.
Some of them are trolls, but some of them are people that just truly don't understand what we're doing by these First Amendment audits. And I had to explain to a guy yesterday how some people choose to exercise their rights by walking down the street with assault rifles. Some guys choose to exercise their rights by filming government buildings.
What happened there?
Yeah,
we got Silent Citizen went dark. I still see his picture, but I don't hear any audio.
Silent Citizen, we don't hear you, man.
He's still there?
I see his little icon there.
Yeah, shows he's still in, but I lost him.
Uh-oh. Hopefully his phone didn't die.
Yeah.
Oh. Like we said, people, this is kind of a new thing that PNP is trying out, so you're going to have your little quirks and kicks and whatever.
Yeah, and I just got a usage alert. Usage starts over. I don't know. Anyway, I'll check on that later.
Yeah, it just said Silent Citizen fell out.
Okay, I'm gonna reinvite. Oh, there he is. He's back. There we go.
Yes, my device said it was overheating.
Oh shit.
But to finish that point, though, I explained to this guy, that there's nothing wrong with what I'm doing by filming a government building, and that if they don't like it, they can either move underground or build a bigger wall. And the other point that I had to make to him is that this particular comment he was making was about me filming the FBI building. If you look on Google Maps or Google Images, you can see much better pictures of that FBI building than I can ever get from standing on the sidewalk. So for me to be perceived as a threat because I'm filming something I can see from a sidewalk when I can find much better pictures on Google Maps or Google Images, I think he may have understood what I said because he never did respond back.
Well, even the point to where when me, the cameraman, and that man, we went out to that's another video I'm backlog on. I went out. I took that man, a cameraman. We went to Ontario to do a follow up on when those guys got hemmed up out there in Ontario, and we had no reaction out there and stuff. And then so they're all like, "Well, shit, we're here in Point Wanimi, an hour and a half drive. So why don't we go ahead and do, we were gonna go off and do a post office and then do Point Wanimi, but a few blocks away. So we wound up doing Point Wanimi." And well, you guys seen those videos which are up now and stuff too. You can't film it, secured, blah blah this and that. Well, I put the camera up in the air, and I'm filming it anyways and shit. But see, what got me in the process of them saying that, once they arrested the cameraman, all the cops left to take this 17-year-old to freaking jail, and me and that man was there for a second, freaking free to film, and they didn't care about us being there filming anymore. even though we're still flipping them off, and they didn't hem us up for the flipping off, but they wanted to get the 17-year-old kid, and well, young man, not kid, but young man. And it was the truth that, oh, you can't film here, blah blah this, and that's the whole reason why they showed up there. But when I got home, I know I looked at it before. When I got home, I looked at the map on Point Wanimi, and you can see the gate clear as freaking day on the Google Maps. It's freaking nuts how
the overhead view shows every building out there.
Okay, and I also told when I talked to the Point Wanimi investigators on that shit, I told them, I said, you need to investigate why you're sending your agents down here to talk to a 17 to a minor without a adult present, which he was in my presence at the time, so they should have called me in during the questioning. So that's why I need to be investigated. And he told me, basically that, oh, we know you're coming back down, but we got to talk to our legal team to see if it's actually legal for you to do. I says, no, you need to read the Department of Homeland Security. That paper gives us all the rights to record you guys the exterior part. Now, you guys want to pull this Title 18 crap up, but that's only if we're on the base.
Do you think they picked the cameraman out? Do you think they singled him out because he did look younger?
Yeah.
Do you think because out of the three of you, he looked like maybe he was the most vulnerable of the three of you?
Exactly.
Because when we got in there, the first thing they did was call his parents up, and the watch commander there says, "Do you know where your son's at?" "Yeah, he's in Ontario filming the police." "Well, they're with a storky shot, a fat Mexican guy and a tall black guy, and they won't ID themselves."
His mom was cool. I watched the video where she was on there and you were talking to her. She's cool.
Oh, the mom, the parents.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Every time I go pick up the cameraman, we go out and do something, man. I always go in, and we always go out back and talk what we're gonna do for the day, and even afterwards when we're done, I spend about an hour or so at their house and we talk and stuff. And I mean, their parents are just full supportive of their son, and that makes it all the much better. When you got your parents, they really kind of don't believe in doing it because what can happen. But they support him in a way that it's like when I was asking her, have you brought your son up? And she said it, man, independent.
Yeah, my mom tells me that she really likes and appreciates what I do, but she wishes I would find a better hobby, is exactly how she said it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, my wife's been on me for a long time to stop because she's been ill for a long time, and this shit does stress her out, and I understand that point. So it's people, even like my mom, she watched my videos and she calls me and cries sometimes. "You're gonna get shot. What if you need help from the cops one day? They won't come help you." And I said, but see, that's the thing. They want you to be scared. See, we should respect the law. We shouldn't be scared of them.
Exactly. And it's such a shame to me that you can actually fear getting shot or tased just by simply filming police from a public sidewalk doing something that is well within your rights and constitutionally protected. They will still shoot and tase your ass for just filming them.
Yeah,
it's crazy, dude. It's fucking nuts, bro.
Any way they want, as many times as they want. They don't care. It's
but Pimpy, I got actually like what I was watching that gentleman who did that thing for Perez, and talking about what happened with him and stuff, and then he went on to talk to the Batusai and what happened. He's now Houston. The reason why the cop got off because his feet was on the ground.
Right.
Why did they go for trespassing instead of illegal search and seizure? Because that's basically what it was. Why would they go for trespassing instead of the obvious? I didn't quite understand that part.
I will tell you my opinion. All right. My opinion is the DA did that on purpose because he knew nothing would happen, and that the judge would throw it out or something along those lines. That's what I believe. And
so yeah, it was just a failure from the get-go.
yeah, it was rigged from the get-go. I didn't at first. I didn't like the opinion of the judge, and then I found out what the more information, which happens a lot of times. You get more information, then you start to look at it a little bit differently. I think it was the DA. I don't think he ever really wanted to do it, but he was in a position where he felt like he had to, so he went for something that he knew wouldn't fly.
I gotta say one thing about News Now Houston. We had talked about it afterwards, and he regretted for what he basically said about the cop staying on the outside and stuff. And I just want to say, News Now Houston, man, you did nothing wrong. You stayed true to your heart, and you stuck to the truth. And see, if we go around the truth and what we do, then to me that just freaking just falls out of everything we're trying to do out there. So News Now Houston, what you did, you had to do, bro. You had to tell the truth. You had to do what you had to do, and this was completely not your fault at all whatsoever. I just want to say, oh, Citizen fell out again. I just want to say, News Now Houston, man, we love you out there, man. And please don't take that shit like you did anything wrong, man.
Now he's listening in. He's in the chat room, so he's listening.
I love you, News Now Houston, man. Yeah, you are my inspiration, brother. You truly are. Every time that I see a video go up, it's kind of late. I can never get first on your channel, but I always get it too late. I don't know why, but I wish you'd be the first. I'd be the first one on your channel because your videos are so inspirational to me, man.
I'm gonna try to get Silent Citizen back in here. But he does just a second here. Give him a new invite to get him back in. He may be having technical trouble there. That part of what he was
battery's getting hot. Yeah, them damn iPhones.
Well, I haven't
So
had
who else we got listening?
What?
Who else we got listening out there?
Let's see here. There's somebody named Joey, and then we got X Bubba Wolpass, Russell Mixon Mark. I believe he said something about when we go into Helotes earlier, and I don't know yet, but we will get to Helotes. It's a little town not too far from San Antonio. Every little town in there is going to get hit sooner or later by one of us, or more. You never know. I just had go up 2 or 3 or 5 deep.
I just had somebody comment on my page a couple hours ago, and I guess Placentia over near me, this guy was basically starting out filming the police department and the police cars over in the city of Placentia over here in Orange County. And the cop actually came out and told him, if you don't delete that footage, you're going to be under arrest. So he asked me to go out there and film them fuckers because the first time he was doing it, he was scared, just like that. So he actually deleted the footage in front of the cop. So that's one place I'm definitely gonna have to hit up, probably coming home after work because it's on the way home. So sometime this week, I'm probably gonna have to hit them fuckers up.
Well, that's how Randolph got started. It's not a new story. It's been out there before, in the other area, but somebody I know was taking video at the railroad tracks waiting for a train, and actually wasn't even taking video. His camera can take video, but he's more of a photographer, and he does trains. And he was standing out there with the camera pointing at the train, waiting for the trains to come in that direction. And one of those rent-a cops, the base is higher, came across the street and gave him a bunch of trash. Scared him. He's an older gentleman. Scared him and threatened to take his camera and confiscate his stuff, delete it, and all that kind of stuff. So he just left, and then a couple of weeks later, he told me about it, and I was about ready to. I had already done a couple of audits in this local area, so I decided I'm going to go try that. I was driving home from getting my new camera, and I go, dude, I'm right here. I'm going to go do it right now. I'm here.
Break in the new one.
And I was pretty sure something was going to happen there. So I was nervous. I didn't do it real well, but they didn't find out who I was. But then the next day, like I said, I got an invite after I put that video up. I got an invite to go back with the guys. So that's how that started. But and News Now Houston helped me by telling the guys that I was wanting to get in touch with them. So they started watching my channel, I guess, and then they saw that video and said, "Here." So that worked out. So I think we've all helped. After you've been here for a while, you're going to help somebody. You're going to find somebody and you're going to help them. You just can't help it because you love what you're doing so much. You want other people and help them that are getting started. Like, God, what is his name again? The one that did the video on, he was a photographer, and that's all he was just doing the sunset.
Oh yeah. The one that you and I put the timer call up about.
Yeah.
That was
Cosmic
what the
Kid.
hell's his name? Yeah.
The Cosmic Kid. All right. He's going to join us. I had a long talk with him today, and he's going to join us on one of these pretty soon.
Now, see what the trip is. I'm getting a bunch of hate on that video talking about, oh, he was recording kids. I'm like, no, he wasn't, man. Go over there. The link is there. Go look at the description. Hit the link, and you're gonna see his updates, man. No, he just said the fact is, well, if I'm recording, I mean, you got some freaking pretty weak ass kids if they think I'm doing. He said something to that fact, but he wasn't recording kids. He was actually, taking pictures of the sunset and shit. That's what he was doing.
Oh, the silent assistant came in with the microphone muted. Did you do that, or did it come in that way?
Silent citizen, say something, because I think you're muted.
I unmuted him here.
Silent citizen, you're on mute. I don't think you can hear us. Hey, give us the bird, Silent citizen. Hey, say peace or something. Silent citizen. Hello, Silent citizen.
I don't think he even sees us.
I don't think he does either. Hello. Hey, how many people am I holding up? Yeah, he can't hear. Yeah, he can't. Yeah, you can see he's doing sign language right now.
All right, well, yeah, I can't hear him a bit. All right, well, I'll tell you what. This was basically a test anyway.
Yeah.
So why don't we end it here, and then we'll get a little bit more organized on topics and stuff. I've got a bunch of topics that we can talk about. I'm sure y'all will have.
Hey, he's doing a First Amendment audit on freaking Hangouts.
Yeah, you're number one.
All right, Mr. PvP, I'm gonna head to bed anyways, guys. Silent citizen, love you guys out there. Thank you for watching, y'all, and we'll get back to this soon enough, man.
Yeah, and everybody in the chat room, thanks for stopping by. Like I said, this is a test. We're trying to figure everything out. There's more to come, and there's other things we can do, and we're experimenting. So we'll talk to y'all later.
Thank you for letting me be a part of this, PvP. Thank you so much, brother.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it.
Well, you helped me work through some of the details too, so thank you.
All right, good night, y'all.
All right. We'll see y'all later, everybody.
Peace out.